Hello everyone. Today's on dissertation seminar, my presentation topic is Madness, Power and Fragmented Self, a psychoanalytic reading in King Lear and Macbeth. This academic information, table of content, and in introduction. Shakespeare's tragedy frequently explore rurals whose identities are closely tied to political authority and social recognition. When this structure weakens or collapse, characters experience moral uncertainty and psychological fragmentation. The disruption of Soviet authority reveals the fragile relationship between power, identity, and mental stability, suggesting that madness in tragedy often reflect deeper psychological conflict rather than mere dramatic spectacles. And the focus of the study investigate how madness function as a psychological response to disrupted or illegitimate political authority in Shakespearean tragedy. Using a comparative psychoanalytic framework, the research analyze how shift in power and structure leads to fragmentation of identity and emotional instability in tragic protagonists like Shakespeare tragedy King Lear and Macbeth. And here, primary text. First one is a King Lear. King Lear's decision to divide his kingdom and in result political disorder, familial betrayal, and loss of royal authority. We find as sovereignty disappears, Lear experience rage, denial, and eventual psychological breakdown, reflecting the collapse of his symbolic identity. And second one is Macbeth. Macbeth's ambition leads him to murder King Duncan and seize the throne of Scotland. Instead of stabilizing his authority, regicide produced guilt, paranoia, insomnia, and hallucinations, revealing the psychological consequences of violating moral and political order. Here, the theoretical framework. I have taken main three theories like a Sigmund Freud psychoanalysis concept of these psyche consists of ego and superego conflict between desire and moral authority. Produce anxiety and psychological instability. And application in the in dissertation like a text in Macbeth, ambition overwhelms the ego, causing guilt and hallucination. And in King Lear, abdiction disrupts psychological balance and leads to emotional collapse. And second theory is about Lacanian theory. And concept of identity is a form through the symbolic order, language, and social recognition. When symbolic structure collapse, the self becomes fragmented. And in an application, we find Lear's loss of a kingship and Macbeth illegitimate rule destabilize symbolic authority, producing identity. And Millen claims Clenanian psychoanalysis, paranoid, scared anxiety causes the ego to split object into good and bad to manage fear and aggression. Macbeth's paranoia, hallucination, and fear of betrayal reflect psychological splitting and persecutory anxiety. So, hypothesis of my study is madness in William Shakespeare's King Lear and Macbeth emerges as a psychological consequences of a disrupted power structure leading to the fragmentation of the self. A psychoanalytic reading reveals that shifts in Soviet authority activate unconscious conflict such as the guilt, repression, and desire, which is ultimately shape the tragic trajectories of both protagonists. And my research question is, how does Shakespeare represent madness as a psychological response to the loss or acquisition of political power in King Lear and Macbeth? In what ways do King Lear and Macbeth experience a fragmentation of the self following the destabilization of their identity and authority? And last one is, how does a psychoanalytic framework facilitate a deeper understanding of hallucination, emotional access, and moral disintegration in both plays? My research objective is to analyze madness in King Lear and Macbeth is in relation to political power, to examine identity and fragmentation in protagonist through psychoanalysis, to apply psychoanalytic theory in comparative study of both plays. And chapter 2, literature review. So Shakespeare's tragedies such as King Lear and Macbeth explore theme of power, ambition, identity, and madness. Many scholars frequently interpret these plays through psychoanalytic theories, especially those of Sigmund Freud and Jacques Lacan, to understand unconscious conflict, desire, and identity crisis. Psychoanalytic criticism reveals that madness in Shakespeare is not simply irrational behavior, but a psychological response to internal conflict, guilt, and social pressure. And major psychoanalytic studies like a scholar and Engelbrecht and argument about applies Freudian and Kleinian psychoanalysis to text King Lear, and contribution to shows how unconscious conflict and repression explain Lear's psychological collapse. A second one is Rogers now uses relational theory to study Shakespearean tragedy, demonstrate how relationship shape identity and emotion, emotional conflict, and Rashid and Mohansi. Modern psychoanalytic reading of King Lear explain Lear's demand for love as a sign of deeper psychic tension, and Kulwal and Pandey's about argument about discuss Lacanian theory in a literary criticism shows how language and symbolic structure shape identity and desire. And study on madness, identity, and power. So scholars like Brooke Johnson's idea about madness destabilize heroic identity in Shakespeare's tragedy, explain how ambition and guilt destroy Macbeth identity. Values examines the dissolution and redemption of the self in Shakespeare, and relevance about suggest King Lear shows the possibility of moral self recovery. Elizabeth argue an idea about explore the fear of futurity and generational anxiety, connect power, lineage, and psychological conflict in King Lear and Macbeth. And Anusha Sanyal's study about madness and corruption in Shakespeare shows how ambition and guilt produce psychological breakdown. So my research is about the how many scholar about focus on the Shakespearean tragedy has examined themes of madness, power, and identity. Yet these elements are often analyzed in isolation, while psychoanalytic criticism emphasizes guilt, repression, and unconscious desire. Political interpretation of primary focus on sovereignty, authority, and ambition in the tragic structure. And this dissertation addresses this critical gap by presenting a comparative psychoanalytic study of King Lear and Macbeth. Many scholars use this theory psychoanalytic, but not comparative study on the both the plays. So this is my research gap in demonstrating how shift in political power produce psychological fragmentation and mental disintegration in the protagonist. In chapter 3, primary text about from kingship to madness, a psychoanalytic study of King Lear. This chapter analyzes King Lear through a psychoanalytic framework in order to explore the relationship between political authority, identity, and madness. Lear's decision to divide his kingdom and initiate a psychological crisis as the laws of Soviet. He become mad because he lost his authority and power. So the betrayal by Goneril and Regan intensifies inner conflict, guilt, and psychological fragmentation, gradually leading to Lear mental collapse. Madness is therefore interpreted not simply as irrational behavior, but as a psychological response to the disruption of authority, recognition, and identity. And psychoanalytic interpretation of Lear. So Freudian psychoanalysis, he explained that ego mediated between institutional desire and moral authority. When this balance collapse, psychological conflict emerges. In King Lear, the abdication of throne becomes Lear's ego structure, exposing fears of aging, dependency, and loss of power. And Lacan argued that identity is shaped through symbolic order and social recognition. Lear's loss of kingship removes the symbolic foundation of his authority, leading to fragmentation of identity and psychological instability. So power betrayal and madness in King Lear. So he divided his kingdom to for the love test of his daughters, and they both are betrayal to her her father, and destroys him, and so how this is the destroy the symbolic support of Lear's identity, intensifying psychological collapse. And through madness and suffering, Lear gains tragic insight and empathy for human vulnerability, though reconciliation with Cordelia cannot prevent the final tragedy. And in chapter 4, ambition, guilt, and psychological fragmentation in Macbeth. This chapter analyzes Macbeth through a psychoanalytic framework, so exploring the relationship between ambition, political power, and psychological instability. Macbeth's encounter with which is initiate a profound inner conflict between moral and restraint and the desire for sovereign authority. The murder of King Duncan constitute a transgressive act that disrupt Macbeth's moral consciousness and destabilizes his psychological equilibrium. And tyranny, paranoia, and hallucinations emerge as a manifestation of guilt, repression, and collapse of symbolic authority, resulting in the fragmentation of Macbeth's identity. Yet the psychoanalytic framework. So Freudian psychoanalysis, he argued that psychological conflict arise when instinctual desire overpower moral restraint. In Macbeth, ambition reflect the dominance of the id, while guilt, hallucination, and anxiety reveal the continuing pressure of the superego. As we know about the Macbeth, Macbeth gained power and authority from the doing crime like murder of King Duncan and all those things. Then Lacanian theory, Lacan suggests that identity depends on symbolic authority and social legitimacy. Then ambition and moral conflict. The witch's prophecy weakens Macbeth's latent ambition and unconscious desire of power. I have taken I have taken two selected quotes from the original text. First one is fair is a fall, and fall is fair, and second one is about tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. And they both are represent represent deception and repression, and also about Macbeth's self realization. So here the guilt, hallucination, tyranny, and psychological isolation in Macbeth. So as we know, the hallucination of dagger symbolize Macbeth's unconscious conflict between moral restraint and violent ambition. The appearance of Banquo's ghost reflects a repressed guilt and fear of exposure, manifesting as a psychological disturb and paranoia. Unlike Lear, Macbeth does not achieve emotional reconciliation or tragic insight, emphasizing the destructive consequences of unchecked ambition and illegitimate sovereignty. So here the comparative analysis. First one is King Lear and Macbeth. So origin of madness, loss of in King Lear, loss of sovereignty and filial betrayal by his daughters, and in Macbeth, registered leading to guilt and paranoia. Second one is a psychoanalytic driver, narcissist warmth and loss of recognition, and in Macbeth, unconscious desire, repression, and ambition. Nature of fragmentation, gradual identity collapse after loss of authority, moral disintegration after unlawful power, and hallucination and madness. Storm reflect Lear's inner turmoil, and in Macbeth, Dagger and Banquo's ghost reveals repressed guilt, a path to self-knowledge, partial insight through Cordelia. No redemption, ambition leads to collapse. And in conclusion, power loss destabilize identity, and in Macbeth, illegitimate power corrupt morality. And in chapter 5 conclusion, major finding is about in King Lear, loss of sovereignty leads to vulnerability and psychological collapse. Macbeth illegitimate power produced guilt, repression, and paranoia. Both plays reveal identity fragmentation caused by destabilized authority. Hypothesis about disruption in political power destabilize identity and activate unconscious conflict and marriages, as earlier I mentioned. And limitation and future research focus on the limited to King Lear and Macbeth. The future studies may explore other Shakespearean tragedy using interdisciplinary approaches. and this are my learning outcome like a research in research understanding. This research helped me understand how Shakespeare and connect political authority and stabilize and theoretical knowledge and critical analytic skill and academic perspective. And these are my bibliography. And
Okay, so you are also aware that quotations you have to give to support your argument, textual quotations, critical observations. Without that, it is just a general observations only. In the title, you have used reading in, reading of you have to do.
okay, sir.
A psychoanalytic reading of King Lear and Macbeth. Okay? King Lear, Macbeth, are you taking that as character or a literary text?
As a literary text.
So then you have to make it italicized. Otherwise, it seems you are studying only two characters.
Okay, sir.
So that you have to see everywhere, from title to all the pages. In bibliography, you have mixed the APA and MLA together. So that also you need to recheck again, everything in this. Indent, hanging paragraph style, that also you have to give. Remove this in between, wherever this in conclusion, overall, this generative AI expressions that keep on coming in between. So when you conclude at the end only. In between also you conclude, then you start again writing, then again you conclude, then again you start writing. So this all expressions of in between paragraph should be removed. Now you see chapter as a whole. And chapter will have one conclusion. In between, the sub points will not have that conclusion. It will flow from one paragraph to another paragraph. So you end that paragraph as if you are leading into next paragraph. And then final conclusion comes at the end of the chapter only. These are all instructions for everybody also. I mean, might not have pointed out in previous or those who will come, but you also have to see that the same things, if it is in your case also, then you have to rectify it. Okay, next one.